Okay, so today I'm talking about why game is more important than purpose. Um, so when I say a game, right, sort of talking about a field, a career field or field of passion or a field of interest. Um, there is a sort of relationship that we have with our interests, our desired career choice or our desired career path or um you know the path that we want to follow in life. And I think that relationship is almost more important. It serves more value than the purpose, um than the purpose of what you're looking for. And also, just as a side note, purpose, people will say, oh, I want to find my purpose, I want to find my purpose, I think I found my purpose. And from what I've found is that purpose is never found. Purpose is never, you don't just stumble upon purpose. You have to create purpose for yourself. You have to create meaning for yourself. You have to determine what that is for you. Um, a lot of people, they're like, oh, I still, I just want to find my passion. I just want to find my meaning in life. Da, 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 da. But it's like you have to make that. Um, and once you determine that something is your meaning, if once you determine that something is your purpose, and you actually commit to your word, you will have your purpose. You will have your purpose. Um, and when I think of purpose or meaning, I don't really think that those things are meant to be applied in a very physical sense. And so let me expand on that. Purpose shouldn't be like, oh, um I'm supposed to, paint and help all these kids, or help out the animals, or help out my calling is to go plant potatoes in fucking Nicaragua. I don't know. Whatever that is. I think purpose is more applied in a more intangible sense. I think purpose and meaning, you'll have more success if you apply it to things like um you know are you saying are you doing what you said you're going to do? Are you staying disciplined? Are you able to focus when you want to focus? Are you able to cultivate the emotions that you want to cultivate within yourself? Are you able to cultivate those positive feelings? Are you able to stick to a plan? Are you able to say, hey, this week I said I was going to do this and I did it? Are you able to um maintain healthy boundaries with yourself? Are you able to it's more intangible, and I think those are things that you can check in on daily, and that you can see, okay, like today I did stick to my word. Today I did, stay on track of this. Today I did cultivate more a more positive experience out of today than most other days. Um, and then you do that on a continual basis. And I think choosing a game or a field is a way of applying that purpose. So now let's say, right, you've dedicated to being a disciplined person, you've dedicated um to have like positive affirmations of how you talk to yourself. You've dedicated how you talk to yourself in a more positive way. You've dedicated your purpose to have certain thoughts, to try and design certain thoughts, um and be better over your past self. So now you take that and you apply it into a field. Like now you say, okay, I want to do painting, or I want to go plant potatoes. Um, and that field helps you cultivate that purpose. Um, the reason why I say the field or the game is more important than the purpose is because it's very hard to apply those things when there isn't a sort of pursuit, a chase. Uh, and you need the chase. The chase is how you get the serotonin. The chase is how you get the more applied purpose. And I've talked about this in my other videos about happiness. Um, so when you see, for example, right, like let's say like an athlete, and you see them, they've chosen this a sport, and they've done that sport from since they were a kid all the way up to when they make it to the pros. That's their game. That's their field. Um, and there's varying degrees of games or field, and some have certain pros and some have certain cons. Um, I think one thing that's important with games and fields of interest is that you want to choose something that essentially you can grow and develop and scale indefinitely throughout time. Um, because when there's a cap, right? When there's a cap on the sort of like end, like the finish line of the field or the finish line of the game, you lose the thing that helps you apply your purpose. So let's say like just the one thing that I can relate to is just being an athlete. When you get to the point in your career, right, where it's like, and this is why you see times like people or athletes, they get depressed or they go through like weird situations because they made it to the pinnacle of their game, they made it to the pinnacle of their field, right? Like, and then they don't know where to go from there. That's the cap of where it's like they've reached the highest success. And now their identity, they started having these identity problems because the game that they were using to fulfill their purpose is sort of finished. Um, and then you need to find other games, other fields, other things. So that's why like you see it a lot of times, like athletes, like they reach the prime or whatever, and then they start shifting into other avenues. They reach the top of their thing, and then they sort of hit like an identity wall, and then they have to sort of recultivate their field of interest in order to accommodate the purpose that they want for themselves. Um, and so if you're younger in your teens and everything like that, I feel like that's something to be aware of, is that you want to find a game or field that you can go until you die, basically, because that'll give you the timeline to apply your purpose over a very, very, very long period of time. Um, right. So like let's say you wanna just like, I don't know, get into like real estate, or you want to get into sales, or you want to get into um business development, or you want to get into being like an athlete or something like that. Like you just have to be very cautious of the timelines on certain games and see if of certain fields, and see if that's something that you can continually make progress at forever. I think is what it boils down to, because that'll allow you to just apply your purpose indefinitely. Um, yeah, that's about it.